Welcome back to the Racing Mind video series, where we journey deeper into the human mind than anyone has ever gone before. In this video series, we untangle the ancient mystery of mental illness and teach you what you need to know before your racing mind gets the best of you. This groundbreaking series provides answers to some of the deepest mysteries of the human mind and reveals, for the first time in history, the precise cause of mental and emotional illness and the psychophysiological basis of a wide range of psychiatric disorders and associated medical conditions. These educational videos, which present concepts that are so new that they are just beginning to make their way through the medical field, are based on thousands of hours of direct patient analysis and clinical observation in conjunction with the latest research on psychiatric disorders from around the world. In the second video of this series, we introduced the idea that the mind and the brain were distinctly different entities that are in a synchronous dialogue as we think and emote. We also began to discuss what happens psychophysiologically when the brain becomes pathologically hyperactive. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the psychophysiology of neuronal hyperexcitability and discuss the practical consequences of this pathological brain activity. When the mind is under stress, it bombards the brain with electromagnetic waves. This causes the associated brain circuits to become increasingly active, especially if the brain is inherently hyperexcitable. As the brain becomes increasingly active, it causes the mind to become even more stressed, which further agitates the brain because the mind is the source of the mental and emotional signals to the brain. If allowed to continue, this vicious cycle of mutual overstimulation between the mind and the brain can cause sensory input and related processing signals to become abnormally amplified. This in turn can lead to a misinterpretation of environmental cues, both because the sensory signals are abnormally amplified and because the brain circuits used to process them are hyperactive. The resulting cognitive and emotional distortions can cause the affected individual to behave in odd, unpredictable, and often disruptive ways. The precise nature and extent of an individual's behavioral abnormalities will depend upon a variety of factors, including the degree of neuronal hyperexcitability, the level of situational stress, and the willful choices of the individual. Some individuals will choose the path of social avoidance, others will become overly aggressive, and still others will choose to work excessively, exercise excessively, or turn to distractors such as excessive eating, excessive spending, gambling, pornography, criminality, or substance abuse. Even if an affected individual attempts to make healthy choices, his or her decisions will tend to be biased by the distorted input and dysregulated processing carried out by the hyperexcitable brain. The only way that these cognitive and emotional distortions can be avoided is to compensate for the underlying gene abnormality. As discussed in previous videos, the most effective natural ways to compensate for the underlying gene abnormality include stress reduction, establishment of an early sleep schedule, regular exercise, enjoying a relaxing hobby, avoiding caffeine and other psychostimulants, and minimizing refined sugar. If these interventions are either too difficult to implement or fail to yield satisfactory improvement, then treatment with neuroregulators and other brain-calming medications may be necessary, particularly during high-stress periods in the person's life. In addition, cognitive behavioral and other forms of psychotherapy may be needed to reduce the mental tension that adds fuel to the smoldering embers in the hyperexcitable brain. Control your brain, control your life. We hope that you are benefiting from this video series. Portions of this video and others in this series were taken from the books The Racing Mind and Am I Depressed or Am I Bipolar? Those interested in developing a deeper understanding of this topic can also refer to the scientific publication, The Multi-Circuit Neuronal Hyperexcitability Hypothesis of Psychiatric Disorders. Please note that these materials in this video series are for educational purposes only and are not intended to guide treatment without formal evaluation. This video series is sponsored by the Binder Foundation, a charitable organization that is dedicated to the enhancement of human life through research and education on disorders of the mind, body, and spirit. If you have found this video to be of benefit to you, Please share it with your family and friends. And please don't forget, your feedback is important to us.